In this video, we'll go over the value of inner dialogue and the law of assumption. According to Neville Goddard, be careful what you are saying because your whole vast world is this inner conversation pushed out. Implementing Neville's principles, I discovered a unique method on how to effortlessly change your inner dialogue, also known as self-talk. Why is this significant? Because you can discard all other learned techniques once you have set your inner dialogue or self-talk to be free. Every concept of manifestation and meditation is rooted in our inner dialogues. When you have mastered this method, you can bring about anything you choose in 24 hours. In this video, I'll explain just how and why this process works and what exactly inner dialogue means. The goal of your mind is to respond. Every time you have any questions, as you inquire, your attention shifts. Neville Goddard was aware of this fact, and he taught the entire globe how to use it, using simplicity. To put it simply and in plain language, I'll describe how to change the outdated internal monologues with new, powerful dialogues. Prior to implementing this technique, do practice awareness and being still in the moment as the key to being aware of yourself. Be aware of your immediate surroundings and be aware of your body and the inner dialogue that is occurring in your head. It will become apparent that you are stuck in an old thought process or inner dialogue. But what is this inner talk? These thought processes show how stale and failure-related ideas and behaviors are ingrained in our subconscious mind. It's been referred by some as negative or traumatic experience. We have all encountered this in our lives, whether it is in our childhood or in cases where we did something that was not generally approved or we never received approval for. As a result, we experience some form of negative emotions, such as guilt, fear, and shame, along with not being accepted by society as a whole. And going forward, we learn our subconscious will determine our ongoing present reality. For instance, an individual who thinks they are poor and that money is very hard to come by will seem to always be losing money on a regular basis, regardless of whatever fortune they may have accumulated in the past. This is synonymous with many lottery winners who came from poverty or limited mindsets to only find themselves back in their original state of poverty months later. People who experience this reality are holding to the mindset of lack and have not focused on the ongoing abundance in their lives. Now, in order to change our inner dialogue, do the following. Number 1, maintain positivity in your emotions and actions. Do not let the feelings of shame or bitterness enter into your regular thinking. Remember, this is an old version of self-talk and is not applicable to your present state. Focus on love and compassion for everything you have done. According to Neville Goddard, as we control our inner dialogue, matching it to fit our fulfilled desires, we can lay aside all other processes. Neville is referring to thinking from the end. Match your thoughts and words to that which you wish to have or accomplish, and referring to having it and it being done. Act as if that which you desire has already occurred or has been granted. For instance, in the case of wanting a house, don't say, "I want a house," but rather, "I love my house. I have a house that is owned by me. My house is in a wonderful neighborhood." The focal point here is to think of having and not of wanting the object of your desire. The mindset of having and being already in possession of your desire is key in how you shape your reality. Our imagination helps to manifest our desires and changes the reality of what we experience in our lives. In the case of wanting a particular job, instead of hoping to get the job, say, "I got this job already. I'm getting paid very well in this job. I'm so happy and have found my calling in this job." The key point here is believing as if it has already occurred, thinking from the point of view of the end result you wish to accomplish. Make sure to make this sort of thinking a repetitive habit so that you believe this at a subconscious level. This is the best mental programming to acquire for that which you seek. Carefully observe your thoughts and feelings that you allow to take up in your daily thinking. Match your self-talk to affirm your fulfilled desires. This is something that can be practiced at any time or place of your choosing. Stay focused on positive thinking in relation to that which you wish to have. Continue speaking and believing that which you wish for as having already occurred. Continue doing this until it manifests into your reality. Number 2, ask yourself the following. If I have already become that which I want to be, what would my self-talk be? Here is another insightful piece from Neville Goddard regarding self-talk. Put aside all the previous discussions which are dishonest or unethical. Neville regards the corrupt of self-talk as being equivalent to the old man who wallows in self-misery as to how bad life is. I sit and I think no one sees me and no one hears me. No one is mindful of what I do. I'm all alone in this world, and all I can do is sit here and feel sorry for myself. Go to the backyard and eat worms. This elderly man's negative self-talk makes him feel terrible for his entire existence until he realizes, what have I said? What have I done? Our self-talk and words shape our existence and reality. What we keep telling ourselves through self-talk is what we will ultimately manifest. Therefore, give pause and thought as to what you think and self-talk to yourself. It will become your reality. Now is the time to end the corrupt self-talk. Inner dialogues that belong to the elderly man need to be discarded, and the new empowered man with positive belief needs to take his place. Having a routine of self-talk that embraces positive self-talk will bring to light the previous habits we are so accustomed to. You will find that you will think thousands of negative thoughts over the course of the day and even speak negatively on occasion during the day. At this time, do not try to analyze or judge these negative dialogues or thoughts, but choose to not engage them. Do not pay them any attention. Consequently, you will be on the path of rewiring your mind to thinking from a negative state to a positive state. Do not beat up on yourself or over thoughts or actions, but also don't try to find an excuse to justify them either. If the elderly man's self-talk is associated to your past, then the new empowered man must be associated with your future positive self-talk. Number 3, embrace your freedom and talk openly. Do not allow old conversations to infiltrate any new conversations. You can grow and move beyond your present state of reality by controlling and making use of your imagination. We create our world through the words and thoughts we think of. There is always a self-dialogue occurring within us, even in slumber. Our self-talk determines what we think and ultimately what we expect to occur. The act of spending 5 minutes a day in a peaceful, quiet place with positive self-talk will help to overcome the negative thought patterns in our minds. There is no power in existence on earth that can halt your imagination from becoming true. Thus, it is critical to be transparent and accepting of yourself when you engage in self-talk. Speak to yourself in a manner that is in line with who you are as a natural to your being. The self-talk you engage in must give you happiness and satisfaction. Number 4, are you aware of a change in your energy? With ongoing practice of the previously mentioned technique, you will notice a change in the way you feel and your reality. Our energy flows to where our attention goes. Placing your energy into believing and imagining yourself as having successfully achieved your goal is the path to acquiring it. Many people may be ignorant for the fact that those who have successfully reached their pre-planned goals have used and applied the law of assumption. Since the 1930s, there have been many people fixated on succeeding and conquering the material world. Most of their self-talk on an ongoing basis was one in harmony with their thoughts to acquire those objects of their desire with the use of their imagination. Neville Goddard revealed to the world that if a person has a desire for anything in this world, they will also have an inner self-talk that will give way to how imagination will make their projections a reality. Once you have come into this realization and consistently make use of this empowering self-talk, very little can stop you. There is no force that can stop the power of imagination or the momentum it brings once put into motion. It is up to you and only you to create a change in your reality for the better by changing your inner dialogue with positive, affirming self-talk to accomplish that which you desire. As this video comes to a conclusion, do share with us your views in the comments below. How has the law of assumption worked for you? Do like and subscribe to our channel as we bring you more thought-provoking material in the near future. Thank you for watching.